Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to another episode of Tom Clancy's EndWar. In this part, we are, I think, going to go and defend the USS Reagan Seabase in the hopes of, well, as per usual, attempting to finish off the Europeans so that we can focus all of our efforts on the Russians. Think once we defend USS Reagan Seabase, we shall get Glen Albany. After that, I don't quite know where to go. I do want to say this though, I am thinking of potentially recording essentially two battles, although they be uploaded as two separate parts still. But I am thinking of recording two parts and uploading them. This part, of course, would be first, and then if I do decide to record a second part, it'll go up about 30 minutes after this one goes up. So it should go up at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But it all just depends on really when, or if I decide to record a second episode. We'll see, though. We don't really have any money to spend, if I recall correctly. We're still on expert difficulty.
Here on the home front, they're attacking the USS Reagan offshore base. The enemy's attacks are focused on uplink sites.
Okay. Yeah, as I said, I'm thinking that we will go and defend here so that we can try and kick the Euros off of our land, and then we'll go ahead and finish taking their land. And then we'll hightail it on back over here to kick the Russians out. But let's get the details, see if there's anything special they want to tell us about this place, which we have definitely defended before. At least once.
Intel, Major Dennison.
Of course, General. The USS Reagan offshore base. Native ground. One of the week's critical missions. The enforcers will be launching the assault from a mobile offshore base in the Atlantic. We'd have the benefit of air support. We'd be able to call in ground support through ForceCom. The enemy would be fighting without air cover. It's ambush terrain.
Okay. Hopefully, having myself marked as busy, it'll stop giving me those pop-ups. Okay, yep, let's go ahead and defend the USS Reagan Seabase.
Colonel, today's objective is to defend the USS Reagan offshore base. Its strategic capabilities are essential to our success in this theater. Your opponent is once again Colonel Alain Duberry of Enforcers Battle Group 10 Tactical. You wiped the field up with him the last time you fought, so I'll expect you to keep the field nice and clean this time too. We have the strategic initiative, but only so long as we keep winning decisive battles. Get out there and take the fight to the enemy, Colonel. Chew him up and spit him out.
Yeah, I certainly don't remember fighting this guy. Though obviously we have. I do recall there's one guy that we fought who's like rank 12 or something, who, interestingly enough, lost every single time we fought him. But that's partially attributed to the objective we were given with him, which was literally just to eliminate all hostile forces, and that was our only objective. And, well, he was easy to beat. This guy here, we're getting the standard secure over half the uplinks or eliminate all hostiles. So, we'll see. Also, I'm going to imagine the game will probably use the new microphone that I got for the voice commands rather than the headphone or headset microphone that I've been using before. Okay, let's try and get these guys set up the way I actually need them to be set up. Nope, it's still gonna give me those pop-ups.
Mission command online. We have a go. Assault force inbound on DZ. We have uplinks identified on radar.
Secure that uplink, yes sir.
Let's get artillery.
Battle space.
Hopefully the artillery will do wonders for us.
Ready to roll.
Yes, sir. In transit.
Yes, sir. Understood.
There we go. Don't know why it kept wanting to drop them off outside this building. Which they can't even enter anyway.
Like falling off a log, sir.
That's
Red
the
flush
voice for
here.
you. The
We're at full
incompetent
strength.
leading the unwilling to do the unnecessary.
What? Something about unwilling to do the unnecessary?
North quadrant. Eyes on cheetah gunships.
Of course.
This one for all his times, friend.
This is Poker Face. All squads are good.
Yes, sir. Smash them.
You get up there.
This is Saigon. All rollers ready for action.
Affirmative. Engage. We don't have the firepower to take him out.
Hostiles are taking damage.
This is Red Flush. We're capturing the uplink.
Check central quadrant. Eyes on European army troops. Units entering the battle space.
Magnum here.
Damn it, should have called in tanks. Oh well, too late now.
Affirmative. Blast him.
On the double,
Come back.
Copy. Check Lima. We have secured it. Transports prepped to deploy. Units entering the battle space. Check Alpha. Uplink secured by hostiles.
Okay, people, get ready to
Check
slam the
Whiskey.
hell out of these fools.
Uplink has been secured. Check North Quadrant. Eyes on Enforcer combat engineers. Sidecar here. In position.
Are you guys even really firing? Because it doesn't seem like it.
You got it. This is Poker Face. All squads are good.
This is Adder. Holding in position. In there, now! This is Magnum. Our rollers are running free.
This is Adder. All Eagles flying high.
This is Boulder. Schwarzkopf.
There we go. I was waiting for the tanks to get up here.
Time to kick ass.
Now I can go ahead and send in my
Affirmative.
infantry in a bit.
Check Foxtrot. Hostiles have secured it.
This is Tactical Air Command. Your code's authenticated, and
closer.
we have a clear read of the battle space.
Okay.
We have
Unit
multiple
2
units
there.
ready to deploy.
Unit 4, make your way
Secure
down to
that uplink. Yes, sir.
Foxtrot.
Big show, everybody!
Check Northeast Quadrant. Eyes on Panther tanks.
Tanks I can deal with fairly
Smash
easily.
leader. Approaching target. This is Magnum. Attack is ineffective.
Adder here. All Eagles flying high.
Center Quadrant.
There we go.
Hostile destroyed.
Get the tanks down here.
We're on it.
This is Magnum. Time to kick ass.
This is Poker Face. Ready to roll.
Just hope we don't kill our own, sir.
Check Central Quadrant.
Our guys aren't down
Hostile
there.
destroyed.
You're not going to kill our own. I can tell you that right now.
Affirmative. Engage.
Roger. On the move.
On the move, sir.
Roger. We know what to do.
Roger. Blow it apart.
There we go.
Check Delta. Uplink secured by hostiles.
This is Magnum. Time to
Oh,
let
don't
it
worry,
fly.
we'll be fine.
Center Quadrant. EMP blast signature detected.
This is Smash Leader. Approaching target.
Butcher here. Ready for orders.
Check East Quadrant. Hostiles deploying. Eyes on EC 220 Gadfly.
Affirmative. Engage.
It's so hot, sir.
Go on, get down there.
Eyes on Archer combat drones. North Quadrant. Hostile eliminated.
On the way.
7, move up.
Affirmative.
We're on it.
Cross those avenues of approach. Magnum here.
There we go. Now you guys can fire on.
This is Adder. Oh yeah. We'll kill him.
Go after the infantry.
Butcher. Ready for orders.
You secure
Eyes on
that.
cheetah
Unit
gunship.
4. You just kind of do your thing.
Walk in the park, sir. North Quadrant. Hostile destroyed.
Adder here.
Poker Face here. Securing the uplink, sir.
Affirmative. Engage.
Adder here.
Oof,
We've
that
lost an
hurt.
Eagle.
This is Red Flush. In cover, holding position.
This is Saigon. They're feeling it.
Let's get another set of transports up here.
This is Saigon. a kill.
Roger. Flatten them. This is Adder. This is gonna be
Don't let him away.
Hostile eliminated.
You help there. You go
Check
deal with
North
those
Quadrant.
engineers.
Hostile eliminated.
Roger. Light 'em up.
Got some more infantry.
We have multiple units ready to deploy.
Let's get some
We
more
have
artillery.
units inbound on DZ.
This is Butcher. We're not scoring hits. This is Boulder. Fast back that track.
Really, you guys aren't scoring hits? I'm kind of surprised by that.
Taking hits.
Northeast quadrant. Eyes on
There
enforcer
you go.
combat engineers.
Took you guys long enough.
Roger. Full speed.
Now,
Check Foxtrot. Uplink has been secured. North quadrant. High energy laser strike in progress.
damn it.
We have multiple units ready to deploy. Check Unit 3. I've ordered extraction. Check Unit 4. I've requested evac. Units entering the battle space.
This is Litter.
I was hoping that because I had entered into the defeat phase in which I got access to my WMD, I was hoping once I turned around they would still not get access to theirs because I did not use mine.
This is Hooker.
Sadly, that was not the case.
Magnum here. Opening fire.
We have units inbound on DZ. We have units inbound on DZ. Battle space deployment is at maximum. Check Lima. Designated forward DZ.
This is Litter. Survivors loaded. Outbound. This is Litter. Survivors loaded. Outbound. This is Scoop. Survivors loaded.
What?
Outbound.
So he said, it's not like I missed.
Pioneers deployed. Time to let loose. Hostiles are
Huh,
taking
there's
hits.
like no cover.
This is Vicar. We are outbound.
Copy that. Blow them to hell.
Affirmative. Engage.
This is Kingpin. We got a kill, sir.
This is Scoop. We're bringing your man home. This is Harden. We're heading home.
Units entering the battle space.
This is Litter. Evac successful. Heading home.
North quadrant. Hostile destroyed.
This is Loki. Schwarzkopf's out of traction. This is Litter. Evac successful. Heading home. This is Magnum. Time to kick ass. This is Vicar. We're heading home.
You guys can start shooting again if you want.
Magnum here. We're hurting. Shoot him up.
Northeast quadrant. Eyes on Cheetah gunships.
That should do quite a bit of damage to them.
On the double.
Check Unit 12. They are outmatched.
They are.
This is Sidewinder. Waiting for order.
Check Alpha. Uplink destroyed. Hostile eliminated.
Huh. Didn't do nearly as much damage as I was hoping it would.
More days was numbered after the last battle. Okay. Really?
Pull back.
They've killed another eagle.
Unit 12, evacuate.
Fire.
Unit is starting to falter, sir. Magnum here. Opening fire.
This is Yellow Cab. We are down one roller.
We have multiple units ready to deploy.
This is Gunny. Engaging hostiles. Roger. Flatten them.
We have units inbound on DZ. Check North quadrant. Hostile neutralized.
Roger that. We're on it.
Hostile destroyed.
This is Yellow Cab.
You guys, focus on
That is a
them.
kill. This is Gunny. Engaging the enemy. Yellow Cab here. Time to let loose.
We have multiple units ready to deploy.
Tanks? Yep, looks
Eyes
like
on enforcer
tanks.
combat engineers. We have units inbound on DZ. Check Unit 11. They're in trouble.
Where are you going? Do not follow the enemy, you
Check North
idiots.
quadrant. Hostile eliminated.
Grinder here. Destination reached.
Roger. Frag 'em.
This is Grinder. One roller destroyed.
Oh, yes.
And I see transports in the background.
Fast back that traction.
Check Unit 11. suppressed by enemy fire.
Everyone's chewed up. Send evac, damn it!
Check Unit 11. I've ordered extraction. Check Unit 8. They're outmatched.
This is Rygar. Bound to extraction.
Roller lost.
Northeast
What?
quadrant.
You guys can't hit them
Eyes
from
on
up there?
Archer combat drones.
Tide bed here. Starting our attack. Tide bed here. All eagles around. This is Mac. Hostiles are taking hits.
Check Unit 6. They're in trouble. North quadrant. Hostile destroyed.
This is Smash Leader. Approaching target.
Gunny here. Engaging the enemy.
There we go. We killed those hostiles as well.
This is Rygar. We are outbound. This is Smash Leader. Approaching target.
This is Gunny. Attack is having negligible effect.
This is Tide Bed. Holding that position. Roger. Light him up.
North quadrant. Hostile neutralized.
This is Yellow
Oh,
Cap.
you guys got killed the last second.
Out of the fight. Send evac. Boxcars here.
When did those engineers get over there?
This is Rygar. We're heading home.
We've won, sir. This one's in the bag. That's what happens when you take siestas. After action report collated.
Well, we didn't actually take too much in the way of damage to our units, at least. I don't think any like got killed in action or whatnot. Let's pull up the details. So a number of guys got promoted, including our artillery, or well, at least one of my artillery and one of my gunships, up to what I believe is the highest rank they're able to go. Let's see. Okay, yeah, killed one hostile. And it looks like none of my units were killed, so yeah. They might be a little beat up and whatnot, but nah. Beyond that, they should be fine. Quite a bit of a total compensation, although it's not nearly as much as I would have liked, considering they still got 1,000,000 credits.
We're updating your strategic display now. Here are the mission results from the past week. We did well on the home front.
Of course we did, at least here. What about with the Russians? Of course. Thank you, Europe. The game has nothing left to say to me. Okay, if I take a look at this... Okay, in theory, if I defend Ramstein Air Base, I should probably get Rosenberg Battlefield. Should of course give me a method in which I should be able to attack Wilstermarsch. Or actually, since it's in Germany. Yeah, whatever. Let's see. And that's actually a conquest, not a raid. If it was a raid, I could ignore the attack on Ramstein Air Base, but since it's an actual conquest and not a raid, they're going to be taking it if I do not defend it. So it's probably my best interest not to go on the offensive still. And if I take a look at this, I've got this turn till the Russians get, what is it? Pamilko Battlefield? Or Pamlico? I guess Pamlico Battlefield. After that, they would move on into the Shenandoah Valley territory, and then they would have, depending on whether or not the game decides it wants them to go and secure some of the other areas, they'll be able to attack Washington, D.C. So, okay, I've essentially got 2 turns to take as much land from the Europeans as physically possible before I have to go back and defend DC from the Russians. For at least one turn. So, from looking at this, what I can do is... yeah, I can defend Ramstein, get some territory back, either Wilstermarsch or Rosenberg. And whichever one I don't get, I can probably should be able to attack the next turn, although I'll probably be on the defensive again against the Euros. They'll attack somewhere else and I'll decide to defend rather than go in the offensive. Because so long as I defend, I still get territory back with a successful defense. So, at least from looking at this, probably because I really want to get rid of the Euros. Because if I can get rid of the Europeans, I can focus all my effort on one group. But let's go and actually get some upgrades. With the 3.4 million credits that we have at our disposal. Gunships are fully upgraded. Artillery is not quite. I would definitely love to have the Excalibur guided rounds for the increased attack range. Don't really care too much for the increased damage because, well, generally speaking, artillery is only good against the infantry. And, well, I don't normally have the artillery deal with the infantry alone. Usually something else is there as well. Certainly would not mind increased attack range and increased accuracy with my tanks. Transports are fully upgraded. Engineers are... well, they've got the upgrades I actually give a crap about. The rest of these upgrades I don't really care for. Riflemen, I haven't actually used them at all, so that tells you something. Though storm building could be useful, potentially. But not enough for me to go and actually get it, especially since only one unit qualifies for it, and again, I don't use my riflemen, so the other units aren't going to be getting qualified for the ability to use this ability anytime soon. So let's go with the artillery. Actually, no, we'll go with the tanks. I use the tanks a lot more, realistically speaking. Yeah, we'll get them their increased accuracy and we'll give our artillery their increased damage. Next time we will be giving our artillery their increased attack range, along with our tanks getting, hopefully, their increased attack range as well. As for in here, there's really no upgrades worth it for me personally, because this requires 3 uplinks upgraded for airstrike, which, well, isn't a common thing for me to do, so that's not quite worthwhile. I haven't actually used electronic warfare yet, I just got it so that I could have it if I do decide to use it. And force recon, while it could be nice, I still don't, it sort of runs in the same issue as airstrike 3. I don't really upgrade 3 uplinks with the same ability normally. So it's not quite useful for me. Come on, save. Save game. Okay, well, that's going to be it for this episode. As always, like, throw, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.